Hey, what's up guys, Kuvdra here, and welcome back to another Skyblock video. But today, I'm going to be showing you how to prepare for Mayor Jerry, who's coming in just about a week's time. Also, thanks so much for helping me hit 5,000 subscribers. Now, I'm hosting a giveaway for 100 million coins, and to join it, you can join our Discord, discord.gg/Kuvdra, and go to the giveaway channel, for your chance to win this large sum of money. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, as we've got many big ideas and videos coming soon. Subscribe today to not miss out. And without further ado, let's get on the video. We must of course start by talking about what does Jerry actually do and what are his perks. The first of these is Perk Apocalypse, which is arguably the most important perk, and it goes as follows. So activate all of the perks of another mayor every 18 Skyblock days or 6 real-time hours. This means that any mayor, for example Paul, Aatrox, Marina, Finnegan, literally anyone, will be in office for 6 hours at a time, and they'll go around in a cycle. This can be absolutely crucial, as full perk mayors are often very rare. Especially 4 perk mayors. We don't see these very often at all in actual mayor elections. They can be very useful for things like, for example, Diana, pet crafting. This can be useful for rarer mayors and their perks. For example, with Diana, we haven't seen a Diana pet luck perk in literally months now. So with Jerry, we're guaranteed to get this 3 times for 18 hours in total. If you wanted to do something like pet crafting, this would be the ideal time to do it. This also includes things like doing dragons, and this will be the best time to do dragons as you'll have the highest pet luck too. This goes for any mayor, so make sure to stick around for Mayor Jerry and do whatever you want pretty much, as every single mayor, apart from Diaz, will be around. His next perk is Stats Apocalypse, which will increase most stats by 10%. This is another brilliant perk, as it gives you 10% on literally every single stat in the game. This includes things like Magic Find, Strength, Intelligence, literally pretty much most stats. So it's going to buff your rates for pretty much any money making method, and also make things like Slayers faster too. Definitely a valid perk. Finally, we have Jerry Apocalypse, which in my opinion is one of the worst perks that Jerry offers. However, it's still definitely a very good one. He's going to spawn random Jerrys around whenever you're doing things like foraging, farming, mining and killing mobs. And these be mobs which will drop Jerry boxes, which can be sold on the bazaar or opened. These are worth a decent sum of money, however, you can only spawn one every 5 or 6 minutes. So it's good for a bit more passive money over time when doing other money making methods, however it won't make too much of a difference. You can also use these to level up skills. However, I'd only recommend doing this during Mayor Derpy. We have the 50% skill XP boost. So obviously we're going to be getting every single mayor during Jerry. Well, apart from Diaz, Rape Diaz. So let's talk about which ones you should be focusing on, as obviously you're not going to play during each one each day. So it's best to select about 3 or 4 of them to focus down on. Another one of my favourites is Mayor Aatrox, as obviously with the 10% stat boost, you're going to be able to get even faster Slayer boss times, as well as also an extra 10% in Magic Find, which can be absolutely crazy for grinding out things like Judgment Cores, Archfiend Dice and more during Slayers. Another brilliant one to have a go at is Mayor Diana. Because of the pet luck buffs, it's the best time to grind for an Ender Dragon pet, and this can actually be pretty profitable if you get it right. However, if you are doing this, I'd recommend buying Summoning Eyes now, as they can peak up during Mayor Jerry, and they're already up a little bit as we stand. Especially now that we have things like the Hot Chocolate Mix in 2, we can get even more pet luck than was originally possible. So it's definitely worth having a go at if you want to try your luck, and maybe even make a few 100 million coins if you get lucky and drop an Ender Dragon pet. Also, of course, the 10% extra Magic Find during Diana's mythological ritual would be absolutely crazy too, and we could see some record highs on Magic Find during this time. My final suggestion is going to be Mayor Paul. As I've literally said with all the other mayors, you get the 10% stat buff, you get the point by now, and that means you can do faster dungeon runs. As well as also with the chests being cheaper and you can get more dungeon score, you're going to get more S+ runs and more opportunities to get things like Necron's Handle and Wither Scrolls in F7 for example. So if you want to go for Hyperion and drop all the stuff yourself, Mayor Jerry with the Mayor Pool sub-candidate is definitely going to be the right time to do it for you. Hopefully you don't end up in Party Finder and have a ton of nons bottling your parties, which, let's face it, you are. Those are my suggestions for which mayors you should focus on during Mayor Jerry. Bear in mind, those are only suggestions. If you've maxed out your kata and already have a Hyperion, then it probably isn't really worth focusing on Mayor Pool. So focus on the mayor that's right for you, and the ones that you enjoy as well. Because obviously, if you hate mining, don't really bother Mayor Cole. But yeah, so let's move on to the next section of today's video. So, you might be wondering, how on earth are you going to afford all these setups for all these different mayors? Well, here's where this thing comes in, and it's called Friends. Most Hypixel players don't know what friends are. However, if you have them, they can be very useful during Mayor Jerry, especially if you have friends in different time zones. Because obviously, you have different mayors at different times, and they only come for 6 hours each. So it might be, if we're looking at Mayor Paul for example, he comes once at 3 AM your time, then once at 7 AM and once at 4 PM. If you can only make the one at 4 PM, then it might be that you have your pool set up, however you're not using it when it is actually mayor pool. Then you can loan your set out to your friend, maybe even ask him for a bit of money for it too, and then he can go and use it and enjoy mayor pool whilst you're offline. Of course, always make sure to use collateral when you're loaning your stuff out or taking loans from other people, because if you don't, you're going to get scammed. So make sure, even if you trust that person, you've known them for ages, always use collateral and don't get scammed. You can also do things like swap your mayor setups. For example, if you can make it to Mayor Diana, however they can't, and they can make it to Mayor Pool but you can't, you can swap the Diana and Pool setups around so that you can both enjoy the mayors you want to do. This may only work if you have friends who are more end game or late game. However, of course, if you have the people there to do it, then make sure you do, as this will mean that you can maximise your time during Mayor Jerry as much as possible. Now, let's talk about what you should be doing during Mayor Jerry to maximise your profits, and the tips and tricks you should be using. The first is about Jerry boxes, and Jerry boxes can be obtained from pretty much doing any skill related task in the game. For example, killing mobs, farming, mining, literally pretty much anything. Then, when you get a Jerry box, which can spawn every 6 minutes or so, you can then sell it on the auction, the bazaar even. And you can see the current prices here. These will probably drop, of course, as there's more supply during Jerry. One tip that I would say is never ever sell your boxes. Always try and sell off of them to maximise the profits you get. I wouldn't recommend opening them. However, you can if you want to. It's a bit of a risk and you might make some money. However, chances are you will lose coins. These can also be good for skill XP if you're a bit low on skills and want to get them up and have money to spare. Also, we can invest in these during Mayor Jerry, as of course these are only obtainable during Mayor Jerry, and are very useful in other mayors like Mayor Derpy when he has skill XP for people who want to maximise their skills and are lazy and very rich. The next flip is to do with flipping, and how you can make millions with it during Mayor Jerry. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the mayor that Jerry selects will be changed every 6 hours, and this means that people who don't have friends, which I mentioned in the last tip, will be selling off their setups in between mayors and will often try and undercut the market, try and get a quick sale and be able to buy the next setup for the next mayor. For example, if coal ends and it's about to be Mayor Diana, then a lot of people will be underlisting their mining setup to try and go and buy a Diana setup, and this can lead to us flipping them and making some nice profit with it. If you want to see a complete guide on Jerry flipping, then let me know in the comments down below. Because obviously, it's not Jerry right now and I can't really demonstrate it. However, during Jerry, I can make this guide if you guys want to see it. It is also important to note that Mayor Jerry is coming on year 400, and what else do we have on year 400? The Raffle event, which we saw for the first time in year 300, and is coming back now for the first time in over a year. So, if you want to see a guide on the year 400 Raffle, and also how you can make millions with it and also Mayor Jerry, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if we get 300 likes on this video, I'll make sure to make this happen in the next week. So, you better get liking. So, that's going to conclude today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and also make sure to join the Discord for the 100 million coin giveaway that we're hosting at the moment. Bear in mind, you must be subscribed to enter it and win. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.